Welcome back. I'm Tonya from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing good. Yeah, I got my thick flannel on. It was 97 degrees the other day, and today it's 60. I'm pretty sick of these extreme highs and extreme lows, like 30, 40 degrees difference from our high to our low at night. And today is just, it's a good day to, make soap. I got stuff in the garden to do too, but anyway, you wanna know what pisses me off? I'll tell you what pisses me off. I don't check my YouTube all the time, but when I'm uploading, then I'll check and see what things are doing and how things are going, and they always bring up these other videos. And it was a girl doing cold processed soap, cream soap, cold processed. Okay, there were a lot of comments like, "Oh, I've never heard of cream soap before." And I've seen that because it's a different soap. It's the original, from my understanding. It's the original shave soap. She said she had been doing it for a year this way, and she was like, "Well, when I first started, I was worried that going from hot process to cold process, it wouldn't saponify." I am sorry. The only difference between hot process and cold process is one is cooked and one is not. The chemical reaction of saponification is going to happen no matter what, as long as your lye and your oils are at the correct ratio for saponification. It's a chemical reaction. It's like telling somebody you're going to go put vinegar on baking soda outside and see if it still does its thing. Of course it's gonna volcano. It's a chemical reaction. It's gonna happen no matter what. As long as those components are there, it's gonna happen. So I'm just like, okay. And then she's like, "I've been doing this for, whatever, a couple of years." This video was a year ago. And okay, but I was just like, "Oh, come on. And then she had this whole process of how she mixed it every day for so many days. And this whole process. And I'm just like, did you really think this up yourself? Or did you take this from somebody? Because she did mention a book that she had on soap making, and there was a cream soap and blah, 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 whatever. It pisses me off. If you didn't think of it, give the person credit that you saw it from. Okay, I try, and I try and give everybody credit where credit is due. If I find it from somebody or somebody gave me that idea, I'm going to tell you who did it and why and what for and where to find them, because it wasn't my idea. Now, sometimes, and I think this is true, just as a soap maker's mind, sometimes we come up with things that are very similar. And some things do happen because I watch soapers and I'm thinking, "Oh my gosh, I was just going to do that." Or, "Oh my gosh, I made a bar just like that." Not just like that, but you know what I mean. Okay? I did this. And, "Oh yeah, that's what I just did." And I think sometimes it's just great minds think alike. They do. But I just don't know. Her reasoning, her thought process, and everything else just didn't jive. And I was just like, I've seen other people who have been doing cream soap for years and years and years. And you can find them on the forums. You can find them on the YouTube. You can find them on blogs. And it, I've been searching. I've been researching. So, I don't know. I don't know if she's legit or not. But damn it, give somebody credit if you didn't think of it. Just be honest. I'm not going to steal somebody's ideas. Wait. I'm going to borrow somebody's ideas, because some of these ideas are cuter than crap. But if you're posting on YouTube, sorry, you just posted it for everybody to do. But it doesn't mean I'm going to do the same thing or get it exact. I might take one component and mix it with something that I was thinking of before and putting it together to make my own thing. Right? But just like the kitchen soap from Miller Soaps, that was her idea. I don't know where she got it, but to me, it's her idea, and I took it from her, and I did it on I did it on YouTube. But you see where I'm going with this? It's just crap. Give credit where credit's due. So if I borrowed something, I'm going to tell you. I borrowed it. There you go. Okay? You know what I mean. So be honest. What else is there? If you can't be honest with yourself, because technically you're lying on your YouTube then, right? You're lying to yourself and your subscribers, which is crap. Why lie? But yeah, so it kind of just pissed me off because I didn't believe her. And maybe she's being honest, but her reasoning wasn't there. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I looked into it too far. But anyway, we are doing cream soap today. We are doing the cold process version, which does saponify just beautifully like any good soap does. We will test. Do you remember the cream soap we did earlier this summer? We're going to test that and see how it's doing. And I will post a link below for Alpha Omega Soaps, who I am borrowing her technique from. Changed up to the recipe, did my own recipe. Yeah, but just her technique and stuff like that. So that's what we're doing today. Cream soap again. 3 things. Dream big. Be true to you. You are worth it. And quit lying on your YouTube. Let's go check this out. Bye-bye. Okay, I know I said it's cold process, but I am using my little crock pot. I used it to heat up the oils. That was my upgrade. My other one was 28 years old and a wedding gift. So it didn't die. It just has problems. So my immersion blender is in a bowl of hot water because when I stick it in my hot oils and stearic acid, the stearic won't stick to it if it's hot. Okay, that's why I do that. I'm just going to add some kaolin clay into my oils just to make it easier to incorporate it into the soap. And I can never do my live water correctly, you guys. I don't know what my problem is. But yeah, I was supposed to do it slow, little increments at a time. No, I did it all at once, and I have a big hot chunky mess. Yeah. Should have added it slow. I should know better, you guys. I really should. So I'm going to do it just like I do my hot process shave bars. I'm going to just keep going till it gets glossy. Because I really don't know when trace is. When do you hit trace with a type of recipe like this? Is it when it just lets loose and it just gets beautiful and glossy and smooth? I don't know. You know, I honestly don't know. So, and trace is just emulsion. You know, it's past emulsion where it's thicker. See, and it looks like it's thickening up, but as it's going, it's going to just, look at there, let loose. Let loose. It's beautiful. What can I say? Look at that. Beautiful. So I use my crock pot to melt my stearic acid and oils because sometimes when you're melting stearic acid, if you pour it out of the container it's in, you lose some of it because it sticks to the sides and sticks to the pour spout. And this way, I don't lose anything and I don't have to make sure that I'm not short on stearic acid. Okay? That's the only reason that I'm doing it this way. So in comparing cream soaps and shave soaps, okay, since we made shave soaps a little while back, the shave soaps are hard, but they're a 60-40 ratio, 60 potassium hydroxide, 40 sodium hydroxide with a 40 to 45% stearic acid. The cream soaps are an 80-20, 80 potassium hydroxide, 20 sodium hydroxide, 55 to 60% stearic acid. Those are my ratios, okay? Just saying. So being it's hot, like my crock pot is hot, I'm going to say it's going to slightly cook a little bit, you know, a little bit. Not sure, but yeah. And then I'm going to add glycerin. So the glycerin, I'm adding 30% of my total oils, okay? Now, from what I've read, and I could be totally wrong, if you use stearic acid, use 30% of glycerin, 30% of your oils of glycerin. If you make it out of butters and oils to get your stearic acid high, you only need to use 10% glycerin. I could be wrong, I don't know. I should have heated the glycerin up. It got chunky on me again. Back to chunk. I should have heated it, or else maybe next time I'm going to do what we did with the hot process, and I'm just going to add it to my oils right away. Remember how she said it was easier to incorporate, and that's why she did it that way? Same thing, Pretty sure I could do it the same way. So let's talk water content, you guys. Water content for cream soaps is 1:1 ratio, oils to water. So this was supposed to be a 16-ounce batch. I screwed up my lye water. I had to go back into the calculator and redo some things. So it turned out to be an 18-ounce batch of oils with 12 ounces of water. I should have bumped it to 14 to 16, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. It's just going to be a little bit thicker of a soap. Now, stearic acid. Let's talk stearic acid really quick. When you make a whipped soap, okay, the stearic acid acts as the emulsifier in the soap. But in cream soaps and shave soaps, it goes through the saponification process just like the fats and other oils do. And so it's a totally different, it's doing a totally different thing here. Okay, which is really cool. So I left it on the counter for an hour to sit, and it got super stiff. You see it? It's stiff, which is fine. There's a really pretty sheen to it, which is what we're looking for. I don't know if you can see it. It's going to get, the whole thing is going to be really pretty and glossy eventually, while it sits and sleeps. We're not rotting. We're sleeping. We're resetting our molecules, So I decided to pH this. I know I'm not wearing gloves, but the pH. You guys, this thing makes a beautiful bubble. Okay, 1 hour just resting in the crock pot. Beautiful bubble. It's saponified. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm a rebel on the edge. That's what I am. Don't do what I do. I always say that. Don't do what I do. So leaving it, I'm going to leave it overnight just to kind of loosen up. Okay. It's just like liquid soap. You got to let it loosen up. You got to let it go. You got to let it rest and do its thing. So tomorrow we are going to super cream this soap. Look at that pH. 8.5, 9.5. In there. Perfect. Okay, so as I was saying, tomorrow we are going to super cream it. We're not super fatting it. It's already 10% super fatted. We're going to super cream it. Okay, here it is the next day. And oh my gosh, is it beautiful. Like, look at that. Now, I was going to add the super cream here. And I debated because I know I have to melt the stearic and the glycerin. And, this is room temp. So I'm like, oh, do I or don't I? And I thought, what the heck? What's the point of a cream soap if you don't super cream it, right? So I'm going to take that chance. Now, the only reason this was cold process was because I didn't cook it for an hour or 3 hours or 5 hours, okay? Even though it was in the warm crock pot, because the crock pot was still warm and it sat in it overnight, okay? So, take that into consideration. Now, I have to, the stearic, so we're adding stearic and glycerin as a super cream. That's, the interesting part is in lotion, stearic is a co-emulsifier, and it adds thickening, and it adds creaminess, silkiness. So I am going to go on a limb and guess that is why we are adding it to the end of the soap. There's my glycerin. I guess I should take this runner up off. I pre-measured this out. Glycerin and stearic. Now, remember what I told you about stearic sticking to the edge of stuff? See? I'm not going to worry about it because it was a super cream part. So it's part of it. it's different when the stearic is in the soap because you need those specific measurements when we make soap to make sure that we have the right amount of fats and oils to the lye. Okay, so being it was the super fat, I'm not worried about it. But I missed showing it to you. I hit the video, but it didn't record. So in adding it, it did get chunky. Okay. It broke down, but see, it's a little chunky because the soap was cool and the stearic and the glycerin was hot. I'm not even gonna whip this, you guys. I'm not gonna whip this. Like the other one, remember we whipped it at the end, we kind of beat it. I don't even think that's necessary. I think if you let it set for quite a while, I think you're gonna get the same thing. Seriously. So this one, I'm not even beating. I'm putting it in the jar. I am going to mix it maybe once a week, maybe a couple times this first day, just to make sure that stearic breaks down, because it's not hard. It's not hard in there. It's really a crazy consistency for what I thought the stearic would be. Maybe it mixed with the glycerin enough to break it down. But isn't that beautiful? I mean, that is like you couldn't get a better cream soap. I did test it, and it kind of, it's not the right consistency. It's not the right feeling, you know. So definitely this is going to be a 2, possibly 3 month sit in the jar and rest and relaxation for that soap to get all of its molecules all nicely rearranged to make a beautiful cream soap. And now one more thing I wanted to show you was, remember our other cream soap we made? Maybe you can see how shiny it is. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh. Okay, so this is, let me see, 7, 8, 9. This is 3 months old. It's going on 3 months old, okay? 3 months. And I've been checking it randomly. It's really, really, the consistency is really, really, thin. Is it thin? I don't know. It's very, very mixable. Yeah, so, okay. So this would be, yeah. You might have to take it back to the, I mean, as a cream soap, like in a Malibu bottle, squeeze it out in the shower. Ooh. It'd be, I mean, very nice. Wow. Okay, that was probably too much soap, you guys. Let's get some off of me. Ooh, I think the molecules aligned. Look at that. Nice. Let's see what it feels like after I rinse it off. Because sometimes it feels sticky, like if it's really early. It almost feels like clammy. Oh no, this is nice. Ooh, very nice. I don't know if I could whip it to make it a thicker shave soap. I really don't know. Ooh, that's beautiful, guys. 3 months. Perfect. But maybe the thick one will make a thicker shave soap. This will be great in my Malibu bottle, which was the point of it. So look at that, isn't that so pretty? It's just so pretty. Okay, I decided to show you the difference between a whipped soap and a cream soap. So this is a whipped sugar scrub that I had made this past year. And a whipped soap, you can whip it and it will hold its shape for quite a while. Okay? It'll hold that stiff peak form. Okay? And when you see, it'll hold that. It'll just hold that, unless it would, significantly warm up or something. But when you can't do that to a cream soap. A cream soap, it's not made to whip and double in size. I mean, you can over whip a cream soap. You can whip it. And what's going to happen is it's going to collapse. And because when you whip it, all you're doing is adding air into it. You know what I'm saying? But it will not hold. It is not made to hold its shape or anything, okay? But, okay, so here we're going to, I'm just fascinated with this one. This is the one from this summer. This is the hot process cream soap, okay? We have to wait a few months for that other one that we just made. But, I'm going to show you. So with a little bit of, I think I'm making this with the same scent as my Blue Caribbean soap. So, it's for men or women. I have men that love it. I have women that love it. It's a very nice neutral soap scent. So a little bit of blue mica. I'm sure there's other colorants you could use, but the micas work just fine. Easy to use. And then make sure you check your manufacturer's usage for, they might not have cream soap. They might have whipped soap. You could try, do something as close as possible, like a body wash or, something like that if they don't have the cream soap or the whipped soap, okay? The usages usually run pretty close, depending on your fragrance. So, and then add the fragrance, and then I'm going to beat it with a hand mixer just till it's incorporated. I tried to change the angle of my camera so that you could see me whip it up a little bit, And remember, whatever fragrance oil you use can change the soap a little bit, right? It can make it thicker. It can make it a little thinner. Just give it a few days, do it in advance, and then give it a few days to, realign, if you want to say, and it'll be fine. This goes for preservatives too. If you put this in a jar, you better put a preservative in it because it's in the shower and being used with wet hands. So, but the preservative can mess it up. Give it a few days. It might take a week and it'll be fine. Actually, I think overnight and it was fine. And here's our whipped soap. See, it's not going to lose its shape. It takes a lot for it to lose its shape. Not like a cream soap. It's already, that's how it is. And there you have it, cold processed cream soap. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.